Across continents and centuries, what unites these culturally unique scrying practices is not their form, but their function. Whether it was an Aztec priest consulting Tezcatlipoca's obsidian portal, a Taoist sage watching ink bloom in water, or a Celtic seer waiting beside a moonlit well, the act of scrying reflected a universal truth. The human psyche is designed to receive symbolic information when the interface is correct. Each tradition chose its tools carefully, based on local resources, cosmology, and sensory orientation. The Aztecs prized darkness and contrast. Their obsidian mirrors symbolized death, time, and memory. They saw the void as creative space. In contrast, Taoist ink and bronze methods emphasized movement and subtle resonance, watching not just form, but flow. Their systems were deeply influenced by the interdependence of elements, directions, and cycles. And in the Celtic world, nature was not separate from divination. It was the medium. Water, light, breath, and timing were treated as co-intelligent forces. And yet, beneath these differences, they all point to a shared metaphysical architecture. That information is embedded in reality itself, but not always in words. That truth is pattern-based. That time is not fixed, but perceivable in layers. That when we quiet the five senses, soften the ego, and open the field, the unseen begins to speak. Not through volume, but through symbol. It's important to understand this before modernizing the practice. Many people today are drawn to mirror work or scrying without understanding its roots. They approach it like a game, an aesthetic, or a novelty. But these systems were not created to entertain. They were created to orient human consciousness to nonlinear input, to teach us how to listen symbolically, and to receive guidance in ways that the rational mind could not access on its own. This is why scrying works so well through reflection. Because reflection is not just optical, it's psychic. The mirror, whether black or clear, inked or wet, doesn't tell you what's happening. It responds to your state. That means your fear will be mirrored. Your expectation will color what appears. Your alignment, or lack of it, will determine the clarity of the interface. That's not a flaw. That's the design. The mirror shows the world as you are able to perceive it. And the more you practice, the more those perceptions sharpen into pattern, then precision. In today's terms, we could say that scrying is a form of symbolic pattern recognition performed through a charged medium. It's a nonlinear language processor that uses altered state, internal stillness, and relational intention to make sense of energy. And long before artificial intelligence, that was the original form of intelligence, learning to read what reality is encoding, through shadow, ripple, shimmer, and flash. As we continue this series, you'll begin to notice that these ancient technologies weren't abandoned. They were absorbed, repackaged, and renamed. The reflective bowls of the Druids are not so far from the black screens in your palm. The Chinese ink and water behaves much like liquid crystal interfaces today. The Aztec obsidian mirror has its echo in digital glass that doesn't reflect your soul, but your data. But before we can decode those modern black mirrors, we must honor the roots. And these ancient scrying cultures gave us the blueprint.